So Harrison,
and now we're here.
This is just before we even go into introducing ourselves. I want to explain a little bit about this. On my school iPad,
Of course.
which we all have.
School mandated
Exactly,
iPod.
school.
Okay.
Yeah. As they give it to all of us because they love for us to listen to music in class.
Apple sponsorship.
Mm-hmm. I have an image of Steve Buscemi. It is very close up. His eyes are because. You have to describe things because it's on a podcast
No, of
format.
course you can't. They can't see you.
Exactly. Harrison, could you do a job of describing what Steve Buscemi looks like in this photo?
So it's Steve Buscemi, eyes wide open, looking down to I think his left from his perspective. Some long platinum blonde hair or white hair, and a good old handlebar facial hair going,
Yes.
and growing down his neck.
Absolutely.
And he's got a bit of an orange outfit going on there. It is 7:49 and your iPad is at 12%.
Yeah, but it will make it through the rest of the day and
It will.
possibly the rest of the week. These things, the battery on these things lasts in eternity. It's
Exactly.
unbelievable. But I want to mention, it also looks like Steve Buscemi has a classic frog face, which he always looks like he has the face of a
I'd like to
frog.
point out that Steve Buscemi said the line, "Do you think God stays in heaven because he too fears what he created?" in Spy Kids.
And then,
Spy Kids.
and then
he
he plays
more.
the role of God. This is Steve Buscemi.
Steve
as the
Buscemi
role of
played God?
He did, and I really wish I remember the show, but
I'm looking it up.
look it up right now. The thing is, behind this photo, and the reason why I chose it was, I kid you not, about 2 years back, I was in Massachusetts, all right?
Okay.
I was in Massachusetts, and I went to this park. It was a park that I would argue was like a little bit run down. It hadn't really been well maintained. And we were sitting underneath this gazebo where there was all these tables and stuff, wooden tables. And on this table, there was a bunch of graffiti, right? And marker and all this different stuff. And one of the notes on it was, Steve Buscemi is a god. I found that very, very funny. Now, here's the thing. Whoever wrote Steve Buscemi is a god,
Of course.
predicted the future.
Oh my God,
because
he did.
what's the name of the show?
Miracle Workers with Daniel Radcliffe, who plays a low-level angel, with Steve Buscemi as Craig's boss, God.
Correct. Steve
Correct.
Buscemi
The
is
Lord
a god.
himself. Steve Buscemi is Daniel Radcliffe's boss, everyone.
Exactly. No, Steve Buscemi ascended to Morgan Freeman level and played the
did.
role of God.
He did, and he's got the same soothing voice. Now, I'd like to point out something here before we introduce ourselves.
we still haven't
We
done that
still-
yet.
By the way, just
So Steve Buscemi. So I figured this out when I was watching a video. Mm-hmm. So Macaulay Culkin,
Okay.
the kid from Home Alone, when he's in his
The one that became a drug addict.
when he's a
recovered.
crackhead,
Okay.
looks like Steve Buscemi kind of.
That is very true.
Let me pull up
really
a picture
does.
of Buscemi here. What a name,
What's the name of the kid from Home Alone again?
Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin, so the kid that we all know from Home Alone.
Yes.
Classic scene where he takes, I don't know, what exactly is he using where he puts it on his face and he screams?
It's aftershave. He
Aftershave.
puts on the aftershave and he goes, ah.
that classic photo of him. That kid who then grows up, gets into some bad stuff, takes a lot of drugs.
Of course.
When he is a cocaine or whatever he was on,
Who knows?
drug
Yeah.
addict.
Steve Buscemi here. It's you know what Steve Buscemi looks like.
You really, if you've seen him once, you won't.
And then
forget.
just look up Macaulay Culkin crackhead, and you'll get this picture. And they don't look exactly alike, but there,
But it's
there it is.
damn
There
similar.
it is. They're right next to each other.
Google,
they look like
Google
each
can
other.
do the face recognition thing, and
They
it puts
can.
them side by
We
side.
can do
to
the
recognize
celebrity
the differences.
look-alike thing and put Macaulay Culkin's face, and it will say 87% Steve Buscemi.
Yeah. So,
all right.
for introducing ourselves, hello, my name is Caden Ryback. I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Chris Bonifaz. I am also a senior.
We are your host, and
I'm your guest, Harrison Staley,
Our-
a junior.
our very special guest. And you're a junior this year?
I am a junior this
I didn't even
year.
know that. I assumed that you were a senior this
Everyone
year.
does. Everyone thinks I look older.
Yeah. Well, and so, how does that feel? Do you run into that feeling a lot? Do we all okay, really quickly. Do people mistake us as older for who we really are? 3, 2, 1. Yes. All right, we all get
we're
that.
all older
Common
men.
ground already.
Of
Fantastic.
course.
But
We
I-
can all relate.
I feel like our reasonings may be different, however.
Okay,
Because-
let's go through our reasonings
Yeah.
then. Yes.
So, do you want to start off, Chris?
Yeah, I'll
Chris, you
start
go ahead.
off because, for example, with me, I'm probably the farthest, is because I don't really look older or anything. I actually look a lot younger, but it's how I act is the way that people think I'm like an older class. Because from freshman year in journalism, oh, by the way, take that if you want to get into newspaper.
Boom.
There you go.
Boom.
But journalism freshman year, it was full of seniors who didn't want to take another class, so they just chose a random one,
Yep.
and then they got it. So I was with a bunch of seniors, and I was a freshman, and they all thought I was like consistently like a junior, like every single time because of how I acted. I wasn't that like spontaneous freshman. I was like a quiet, laid back, contempt, and talkative like junior to them.
And it's interesting when you remain quiet, because I feel like a lot of us were our freshman year, which is weird to think for who we've
You
become
say it
today.
for yourselves.
That's true.
Well,
Harrison was a very
I was
flamboyant-
Very.
big man.
I was because my
Big on
freshman
campus.
year I was a little bit more quiet, and
Oh.
that was an interesting year for me because I definitely got mistaken for older than I actually was. And I'll use my little story. Usually, more often than not, I'm mistaken for being older than I actually am.
Yeah.
At my freshman year, when I was only 14, I was working on this little like student news program, and there was this guy that I worked with who kind of was baby-faced, as I would describe it, and he was a senior. I was a freshman at the time, remember? And we were getting on a bus loading up equipment, and this girl came up to us. She started talking with us, and she basically said, "Hold on, let me guess your guys' grade level." She pointed at me and went, "Senior,"
Yeah.
and pointed at the senior and went, "Freshman."
Ah,
That
the
made
good old
that
swippity swap.
Yes,
Yeah.
that made me
Exactly.
kind of happy, and it made the senior very sad
Yeah.
to be mistaken for a freshman,
Yeah.
just because of how they looked physically, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
But I think it goes to show when you act quiet, people kind of take you as maybe a little bit more mature or a little more laid back. And they're kind of like, maybe he's a little bit older. He's calmed down a little. He doesn't have like those freshman jitters, those crazy like I am
Yeah.
amped up all the time,
See,
have
it was
to be moving.
for me. It was first impression. People would always see me and go, "Why is this 33-year-old man on campus?" They thought I wasn't like a They thought I was like an adult.
Yeah.
And then they would see how I act and go, "Oh, he's a freshman." They just like they'd know. I was from that class where we all came in and we Naruto ran everywhere.
Oh
Yeah.
Lord.
I
Yeah.
didn't because I don't watch anime. But
But
the kids who did, Naruto ran everywhere.
yes, yeah.
That was the stereotype. There was the squeakers, and there's always the stereotype that freshmen just get smaller every year. I think I broke that by coming in at like 6'1".
Yeah.
And just,
yeah.
And so you basically, people looked at you physically and they went like, he's older, but
Oh.
due to the way that you act.
it canceled out.
All right.
They knew I was a
Yeah.
freshman.
Balance.
Yeah, it was just first impression. I wasn't talking. I remember walking into like a drama club meeting when I was a freshman. I walk in and I kind of sit down. I get odd looks, but later people told me, like one of the people said, "I thought you were literally like a 35-year-old man coming in for no reason."
Yeah, like a part of district, like
Exactly.
reviewing
Like
the school.
Exactly. It was like after school too, so they were confused. They were like, "Why is this district review man in here?"
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was literally just a freshman. I walk up to this other dude and I go, "Hey, can I borrow your Android charger?" And he goes, "Yeah." The only experience they had with me right then. They were like,
Yeah.
"Whose man is this?"
Yeah. To get on to experiences, for you not to make your head too big or anything, it feels like every single person on campus has an experience of you. Everyone knows Harrison.
Yeah.
They might not know your name, but they definitely know you.
People always say, "Harrison, you know everyone," and I go, "No, everyone knows me." Half of these people that say hi, I have no idea what their names are. Like, there's one person that like I always say hi to. We've never had a conversation. We literally just know each other through like friends or just like we know each other.
Yeah.
And it's just like funny, just because I never socialize with these people. They just go, "Hey, Harrison," and I'm like, "Hey." Because
Person
I
who
don't
ha-
know who they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
person who happens to know my
Exactly.
existence.
And then the teachers that know me, I'm like, I've never had you in a class. Do like the teachers gossip about me?
So do you think a lot of that plays into the fact, and this is a great segue into the theater program,
Oh, of
which
course,
is where
the theater program.
Yeah.
I learned about you. I feel like the vast majority of people knew you from that. My first Harrison experience.
Oh, God.
Because we all have one.
Let's-
Yeah, we
let's
all
go
have the
around.
Harrison
You never
experience.
forget your first
let's
Harrison
see your
experience.
first Harrison
But-
experiences.
I saw you through the improv team, and that was I want to say last year was the first time I went to my first improv show, and that's where I saw you. And how long have you been in the theater program for now? It sounds like you started it when you were a
Since
freshman,
freshman year. So since freshman year, like solidly, I've been in the theater program, and that's how I feel like people know me. Because when I came in as a freshman, I was like a loud kid, so like people in my classes would know me. But like once we did the musical and we did previews, more people saw who I am. And then same next year with Little Shop, and then this year with High School Musical, it's just expanded to like everyone knowing who I am, and me feeling like, why does no one know who this person is? But they always pick me out. And I think it's my massive personality. And the way I express myself. And the way that people go, I'll remember that man for some reason. Don't know why, but I will.
And I was going to ask you, I was like, what do you think is the reason why so many people remember who you are? And I think it does boil down to the fact that you have such a big personality. Yeah. You are very loud when you're up on stage. Nobody forgets who you are.
I'm just a very rememberable man. They're going to be like 80 laying in their deathbed like, yes, Harrison.
Don't you remember that improv show I went to my junior year? Loved him.
Man, he was so great.
Yeah, this kind of knack for attention kind of makes sense with being in theater.
Oh, yeah.
But besides that, like, what specifically did you see in theater that you were like, I want to be a part of this because of this kind of thing?
It's basically an outlet for me. Like I said, big energy, big personality. You really can't express that in accounting.
Yeah.
And it's very surprising when people see me in like algebra and like not APUSH, forensics. Like like algebra and forensics. I'm really quiet in those classes. Or at least I'm quieter than I am outside of those classes. And so then when they see me outside, they're like, "Oh, okay. Yeah." And just with theater, they can see how really loud and like expressive I am is the best word, and outgoing, because with that I can let it all out on stage. And it's sad that we only get to do like one show in like a season and then have a big break. And I'm like, oh man, but it's just a really good outlet for my expressionism and creativity and things like that.
Absolutely. And I was going to say, because you have such an upbeat and vibrant personality, I'm going to say that you almost run into the same issues that at least I do, where when there is a day that you're just not feeling it, let's just say you're tired or you're bored or whatever it may be, not quite, you're not in the right mood. When you're quiet, do people just automatically assume that something is horribly wrong?
Yes. I figured it out this year. So when like people will post stuff on like social media, or they'll just say something, I'll literally go, okay. Like I won't like have a reaction or anything, and they take that in the worst way for some reason. Because they're so used to me being like, oh, that's amazing, that's awesome. But I just go, okay. Like I deadpan it now. And they're like, what's wrong, bro? What did I do? What did I do? I'm just like, dude, I really didn't have an opinion. I mean,
because they take your normal response as like passive aggressiveness.
Exactly. They take the okay as, oh, is he mad?
Yeah.
And I'm not. I'm just saying, okay. And like people are getting mad at me for it, and I'm like, I can't just say okay.
Yeah, I feel
very
like
cool.
That struggle between having such a like exuberant reaction to everything, like that kind of reaction of, okay, I'm gonna have fun with this, and then when you flip flop on that and just be like, yeah, this is all right. I'm just relaxing right now. Yeah, exactly. I understand that like struggle, but when you're in those moments where you're just in like, say, relaxing, or you're just not doing anything, what other outlets do you think of to try and like get that personality out besides, you know, being like
in the theater program?
Yeah, in the theater program, or just hanging out with friends. Like, what do you do on your own that's more calm and laid back that most people like wouldn't know?
Literally just playing Xbox. People probably know that, but I'm literally just sitting at home playing the craft, building my house, playing Madden, NBA 2K, whatever game it is. I'm just sitting there listening to music, and that is like the quietest you will ever see me. Is because I'm literally just sitting there so concentrated. Like I'll sit up there. It'll like I was playing a football, like I was playing Madden the other day, and I set it to 15-minute quarters because I was bored. I wanted to play a full game, and I started the game at about 5:30 p.m. I finished the game, and I look at the clock, and it's 10:30. How did an hour-long game cost me 5 hours? Nobody knows.
Yeah.
I just traveled through time. But it's just funny to see, like, I can go through a whole day of just gaming and think it's like 2 hours. Because you just get like so concentrated and trapped in there, you're like, man, I was gone all day.
And so you spend a lot of time with video games. Do you have a favorite one that you've ever played?
Dude, Minecraft. That's such a stereotypical answer.
Oh no!
And I know that it's like a meme.
Like 2 years previous, it would be a stereotypical answer, but nowadays it would, because the hype's kind of.
I would say 2 years ago would have something you said is like a joke. Like, oh,
Yeah,
Minecraft's
like
never
Minecraft.
ha ha ha.
2 years
you're a
ago,
kid.
2 or 3 years ago, you would have been crucified for it because people are like, you still play Minecraft?
Yeah.
But the resurgence, I like how we got into this topic of conversation.
Yeah.
The resurgence of Minecraft has been like, everyone that hated it 2 years ago now loves it.
Yeah.
And all of us that like didn't play it because we were afraid of getting crucified, come back, and there's polar bears, crossbows.
That's right.
All of these new things.
Freaking pandas, bamboo,
shields,
new villages.
All of these came from mods. I just want to point that out.
Yeah.
There have always been mods that had crossbows, shields, pandas, foxes, polar bears, like all of these other and bees now and honey.
Yeah.
These were all mods or resource packs. And they've just been transferred into the game.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to see how much it has evolved from literally like the best food you were going to get was beef.
Yeah, and you were an alpha. There was no hunger bar. It
Exactly.
was just
Up to you have a whole villager trading network while running your massive farm for emeralds, for ender pearls to get to the end.
Oh, and also you got to all these places on a horse.
Horses.
Yeah.
Best thing they could have added to the game. The other transport options you had before horses were boat, minecart with a railway system,
Which you had to make yourself.
which cost
Yeah.
resources unless you found an abandoned mine. This is just this whole time.
And the most ineffective form of transportation.
Pig with a saddle. Okay, good. I'm glad I got that one.
Yeah.
The other one was a pig with a saddle while you hold a carrot on a stick. These guys must have been booling so hard when they said, all right, they were thinking of new features. They were like, all right, hunger bar, experience levels, sprinting, pig with a saddle that you can then lure with a carrot on a stick. What?
Yeah, no, I get you.
And
well, one thing about the resurgence of Minecraft is like there's that obvious like, well, I played it back then and y'all hated me. Like,
yeah,
well,
exactly.
I feel like there's none of that.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone who's playing Minecraft now is like, dude, you play Minecraft? Yeah, I play Minecraft.
Yeah.
There's no like,
Join my realm.
But
Let's make a server.
yeah, it's like
exactly.
there is no like, oh, but did you play it 2 years ago? No, there's none of that because I feel like everyone's just kind of like, I can play Minecraft again.
Yeah.
Let's all experience this together kind of thing. There hasn't really been that like, oh, you guys are new, your followers, whatever, who cares? There's just all encompassing.
Well, because they put out the last like big update while we were gone
Yeah.
in like 2012 was like the horse update or something. It was like 1.8,
Yeah.
and that was the one everyone played. And then 1.9, they kind of started leaving. And now, and then later it went to the End City update and the Aquatic update without any of us really playing. And so when we come back, there's End Cities,
Yep.
aquatic biomes. Now they've got the coral reefs, which are more healthy than they are in real life. The ice spikes,
Same.
the ice caps.
Which may we also mention are also more healthy in Minecraft than they are in real life.
People can make so many global warming memes with Minecraft now. I literally saw one where it was a floating iceberg and a polar bear, and it's like, look what global warming has done. But it was in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Feel bad yet, humans.
And I think someone that we can acknowledge has all helped us through this resurgence. It's not PewDiePie. It's Captain Sparkles. All right.
Who made a huge comeback.
Exactly. What he did though. Everyone.
By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, because I'm supposing maybe there's some people who don't know that as a listener, if you were big into Minecraft when you were younger, by younger I mean when everyone was on at like 5th, 6th, 7th grade, at least for our age group.
Yeah, no.
You knew who Captain Sparkles was. He was a huge Minecraft
God, you loved
YouTuber.
him.
Huge. He was the guy who made all the Minecraft music videos. Classics.
He did Creeper.
Yeah.
You know that meme? That was him.
That was
And
him.
so was the Fallen Kingdom video, which everyone
Yep.
likes to make jokes about. That was all him. And what most gamers will do, if they started off with Minecraft and it got less popular, they would adapt.
Mm-hmm.
They would switch games as they went on until Minecraft resurged and they started playing it again. And so Captain Sparkles didn't do that. Yes, he played other games, but he consistently stayed with Minecraft the whole time, which I find really nice. But of course, we can also thank a big resurgence was PewDiePie while he was doing the whole T-Series battle thing, whatever.
That YouTube drama.
Yeah. He started playing Minecraft with all of these subscribers watching him, and they went, Minecraft is so cool. Because they watched him do it, and they were like, I can do that. And that's when everyone went back into Minecraft, and every YouTuber started doing it again. Because they realized this is how I'll get the profit, the subscribers, all of that is through Minecraft. And so, thank you, Captain Sparkles, for enlightening us over these past years, being like the only Minecraft YouTuber left.
Yeah, the only
until
one
everyone
stuck
researched.
with it.
Yes, the only one who really just didn't adapt and stuck. Him and that Dan TDM guy. Most annoying voice, but he did it.
But he did it.
He did it.
So we've had a long conversation with Minecraft. We've also been able to learn more about Harrison through the theater program.
Of course.
Before we wrap things up, and by the way, I would really like to have you return because there are plenty of other
Please
things
do.
I want to talk.
Recurring guest.
Absolutely, we would love
I
to
would
have
love that.
Harrison Part 2. What's your last name?
Staley. Harrison Staley Part 2.
Staley Strikes Back.
Oh.
It
Revenge of the Staley.
Revenge of
The Phantom Staley.
So I have
the second prequel that I forgot the name of.
I have a little question for you.
All right.
All right. Before we leave, I'm gonna have a little hypothetical for every person, every guest that we have on the show. Before
All
we
right.
leave.
Cool.
You have to save one thing from your burning home. What is it?
The house. The house. The house, or my Xbox. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
My dog.
dog.
If you can't save the house, save the dog.
For the sake of the hypothetical, all the living things in there are fine.
Okay, good.
Your family, and that includes the dog. So one object, something from
One
the house.
object other than the house
Yeah.
is I've got my phone on me all the time, so I don't need to worry about that. Probably just like a set of clothes, so I'm not wearing the same set of clothes for like the whole week while my house is being burnt.
Yeah.
And just like that.
It's a very practical answer.
It is. I'm not gonna like save my Xbox. It burn. But like I'll just like get like 3 cheek shirts, a few pairs of shorts, and run.
Yeah.
But if you don't save the Xbox, what about the Minecraft world, dude?
Bro, you're right. I'll save the terabyte.
I'll grab the hard drive. That's it.
Still the clothes, and on the way out, grab the terabyte and jump over the stairway.
Yeah, you know.
Well, Harrison, thank you so much for being on with us.
This has enlightened me.
I really hope we didn't just jinx him and his house is actually on fire right now. He's checking his phone.
My mother has not texted me.
Okay.
So-
Well, maybe because her phone is in the house.
Because it's on fire.
Because she saved her clothes.
Harrison,
Ah.
thank you so much for being on. If you
I
guys
try my
want to
best.
see more of Harrison, go to the next improv show. When will that be? Uh-oh.
I wish I could tell you. All right. It should be sometime this month
Mhm.
or
It being
December.
November.
Yeah,
Okay.
November or December.
One of the two. There will be another improv show.
One of the You're going to have to edit a lot out of this.
We will all figure it out. Harrison,
Yeah,
thank you so much
no.
for being
No
on.
problem. I loved this. I want to come back.
Absolutely. Chris, any closing words?
No. Anything else? Like anything else you got going on school or in your own life? You like doing some stuff? Anything?
Other than my Minecraft sessions, really nothing going on.
Okay.
And that is the perfect way to
And
live.
that is how to live a life.
Exactly.
How to live a life.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you all so much for listening. We will see you in the next podcast, and Harrison will be striking back
I
in
will.
the future.
In the future.
We will see you all
Probably
then.
next podcast. Who knows? That'd be funny.
All right.
Fantastic job, guys.
Very, very, very good job.